Well, good afternoon, everyone. We are back and ready to rock and roll as always. I hope everyone is good. Chat room nice and busy already. Malachi, yeah, best TV tournament of the year. James, how are we doing? We've had more withdrawals. Burton, Hempel, Hop, Mensor, Sulovic. I saw Alan Sousa was on the train home this morning as well, so no suits. How we doing, Aaron? Hope you're good. Yeah, that's interesting one that they've chosen to skip. Let's just get some bits out ready to go. Morning, Jack. How we doing? How do, Rob? Hope you are good, mate. Michael Smith is playing today, yes. Here we go, qualifying for an exhibition event. Matthew, how we doing, buddy? Good to have you in. Right, let's... How we doing, Julia? Games are warming up. Let's get... Everything's ready to go. No stream games, Jack, on qualifiers. Mickey Mansell's two sons have Gaelic football tonight, so he's gone home for that. First, look, I remember at the Grand Slam, he saying that his sons were decent at Gaelic football as well. Hi, Bill. How we doing, Dale? 8 qualifiers for this afternoon, Pam. 8 qualifiers in total. Right, where are we going first? Should we go? Is it 6? I thought it was 8. My bad. My apologies. I thought it was it 8 last year? For some reason I had 8 in my head. No, Jack Tweller doesn't have a tour card. It's tour card holders only. It was 8 last year. Cool. I'm glad I wasn't going mad, James. I just assumed it was the same this year. Assumed wrong, didn't I? My bad. Let's go for a bit of Cam Crabtree and Greg Ritchie as a feature to start with. Fancy a run from Owen Bates today. He's played okay. The Michael Smith is probably the biggest name, I'd say. No, Johnny, there's no cameras at all for these. Jose de Sousa 2-0 up on Andy Bartons. I heard Gary Anderson and also Glenn Durrant. Quite possibly. Look, at one point, Jose was incredible. But right now, not so much. Which is a shame, because at one point Jose was right up there. Is Ryan Meikle? Yeah, Ryan Meikle is playing right now. He is 1-0 up on Adam Hunt. Afternoon, Joe. Hope you were good. Do you think Will still has practice? He hasn't. He's not practiced recently because he was on holiday. Did he ever reach 5th? I thought Jose got to 6th. I can't remember if he got that high or not. Speaking with Jose yesterday, he suffers from tennis elbow now. He doesn't practice, only at Pro Tours. That doesn't surprise me because the throw looks, for want of a better word, ropey as. There's so much shoulder involved and so on. So, but if he's got tennis elbow, that would. That would be why. Yes, he was. Yeah, he was entertaining. Agreed. Do you know who's top? I'm not sure who's top of the reserve list. No, someone else in the chat room may know. Just gonna. So we are either in Amsterdam or just after Amsterdam is the plan with Mace. No, for the qualifiers, there's never a streaming board. I fully get why. I'd like one, but I understand why there's not. Yeah, I think it's that from the losing, James, as far as I understand, and I might be wrong with this, as far as I understand, from the losing qualifier, whoever it's done on the ranking. So the highest rank would be the seat, or does that make sense? How are we doing, Lendl? Hope you are good, buddy. Owen Bates, 2-1 up on Joshua Richardson. Thank you as well. We're growing really well on all social media platforms at the moment. You can find us on absolutely everything: Facebook, X, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Massively appreciate it. So if you haven't yet, make sure you give us a follow on whichever of the platforms you're on. Yeah, really good week for Keane Barry. He's now in the green. Just shared some links on social. Denny Alder, Calter 1-0, Barry Van Peer. Tom Bizzle 2-1 up on Matt Campbell. 3-0 now. Thibaut Tricol 3-1 up on Jim Long. Mario van den Bohada levels it up with Jelle Klassen 2-2. Cam Crabtree 3-1 up on Greg Ritchie. I really wish the PDC would have 3 majors. Yeah, no, I agree. I'd like them to clarify what is and what isn't. Who are your top 5 most exciting players to watch of all? Right, how am I classing this? Because I love watching Richie Burnett. Richie Burnett is exciting to watch. No, on a serious note, Littler, Anderson, MVG, Lewis. Who's my 5th? That's what. Let me have a think of the 5th. Jose de Sousa, averaging 105, has beaten Andy Barnes 6-1. That is the first result of the day, Dylan. There we go. No, Greaves isn't in this because she doesn't have a tour card. I think she will be next year, though. Can I become virtual and just scrap the event? Nathan, I get the point, but it's not as easy as that because of TV contracts and so on. And let's be fair. Not everything is about rankings. Although I don't like that, it's not. Afternoon, Andrew. Oh, you've got sunny Newquay. I'm glad you have, because it's absolutely pissing down the rain here. No, it's not ranked, Andrew. Do I think Jose will go to Q School? I hope so. How are we doing, Brock? Good to have you in. How are we doing, Kev? Aspinall was on holiday, so I fully expect him to be at the Euro Tour. Right now would be Price Littler. Yeah, I don't disagree, though, right now. Owen Bates 4-1 up on Joshua Richardson. Martin Drat 4-3 up on Rusty Jake. So, Andrew, I have got some Lucozade. Of course, Cherry Pepsi Max and some H2O. That is on the drinks counter today. Did Jose qualify for this last year? I think for something someone's saying me, yes, he did. Greg Ritchie, back-to-back legs. And he has levelled it up with Cam Crabtree in the blink of an eye. Ryan Meikle 2-2 with Adam Hunt. Michele Torretta 3-2 up on Andy Bolton. Tom Bizzle 4-1 up on Matt Campbell. And Dylan Slevin 6-1 winner over Titus Canick. Do you think Nathan not playing the Pro Tours means? Possibly. Look, we said this yesterday that darts is in a weird place in terms of we've heard players openly say, I'm not fussed about missing this tournament. Like, go back 5 years, missing a TV tournament would have been devastating for you. Where now, look, missing the match play and so on is obviously not good. They'd be gutted. But there are other tournaments, which is why I think we need some clarification, because there are certain tournaments where players have just gone, nah, I'm not fussed. Also, what do you think? Who do you think is the worst Premier League? Definitely the not changing of the format. But look, sat here doing the job that we do, I've got two heads on. Oh no, so you have to understand the two sides of it. Now, from a media point of view and a fan watching at home point of view, I completely hate the Premier League format. But I also understand from the other point of view why it's so successful. You look at TV numbers, that it captures the casual, which is great, and players do stay longer in the venues because they want to see the winner. So I get both sides of it. Unfortunately, no one can watch. There's no live boards for this. Where do you think the next country? Obviously, we've got Antwerp coming this year. I think Poland, perhaps. Or don't get me wrong, the money it'd be a lot, but how good would a Premier League night in Madison Square Garden be? Yeah, did you not Barry announced it at Premier League finals night on Belgium TV this year that Antwerp's getting a Premier League night? That would be sick. The Masters atmosphere was amazing. Yeah, it would. A Premier League like that. Don't get me wrong. The cost would be ridiculous, which is why it's that at the moment it's just an absolute dream because the cost would be astronomical. But a Premier League night in Madison Square Garden would be right up there. With the Antwerp Premier, does that mean? The honest answer is I don't know. They haven't announced where it's going to be yet. Barry just told the world that it was that Antwerp was getting a Premier League night. Is Keane... I don't know why Keane's not playing. Malachi. Underrated dart player at the moment. Oh, well, Cam Crabtree has beaten Greg Ritchie in a right seesaw game. I think maybe Ross Smith doesn't get the credit. No, well, he wasn't on the original entry list. He might have something on that weekend then. Lucas Vennick has beaten Adam Lipscomb 6-3. Oh, I tell you what, that is brutal in round one. Bradley Brooks against Dom Taylor. How are we doing to our friends on Twitch as well? There's you can't. There is no TV stream boards in this event. No. If the Premier League was picked now, do you think Clayton would be in? If I was picking it now, Clayton would be in mine 100%. Come on, we're going to go Brooks and Taylor for the feature game. Just waiting for it to go live. Okay, Denny Aldecalta is out. So far, results. Jose de Sousa beat Andy Barton 6-1. Tom Bizzle 6-1 winner over Matt Campbell. Dylan Slevin 6-1 over Titus Canick. Martin Drat 6-3 winner over Rusty Jake. Owen Bates 6-2 winner over Joshua Richardson. Barry Van Peer beat Denny Aldecalta 6-2. Adam Lipscomb is out, losing 6-3 to Lucas Vennick. Thibaut Tricole, a 6-2 winner over Jim Long. And Cam Crabtree sees off Greg Ritchie 6-3. Christian Kiss takes the own against Tavis Dudney. Do you think Premier League of Darts tournaments should... Yeah, I'd like to see more names in it, 100%, Andrew. I think the standard is good enough for that to happen. Ryan Meikle 5-3 up on Adam Hunt. Cool, Lendo. I'm guessing that's the venue. In my opinion, the Premier League is a bit unfair on the lower ranked players. Just the problem is, Dal, is the Premier League is all about the commercials and the big name players put bums on seats and so on. No, one hit today. That is it. Right, putting that up. Right, I'm just going to the loo. Back in a second. Need to run down the stairs. back. Sorry about that, fella. Right, where were we? Players in the first round need to win. I haven't worked it out, but I'll take your word for it. How are we doing, ladies? I hope you're good. Dom Taylor 1-0 up on Bradley Brooks. Callum Ridds 2-0 up on Oscar Lakaziak. So with John Part's action. Yeah, it's not. But he's like that, isn't he? There's a lot of moving parts to it. How many of the current top 10 do you think will win a major between now and the end of their career? So the current top 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9 of the current top 10 have already won majors. Do you mean win another one, Tom? It's only Damon Heta in the top 10 that hasn't won a TV event. Yeah, win another. Cool. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right now, I think 6 of the top 10 will win another one. The current top 10. I'm really good, AD. Really good, mate. Look, I love watching Gary and Michael play. There's no secret of that. Look, Michael Smith in full flow. Again, another one that I absolutely love. Ryan Meikle has beaten Adam Hunt 6-4. Callum Ridds 3-0 up on Oscar Lakaziak. Any players that got... Oh, it's just such a weird one. Evening, Dave. How are you? How many in this? 6 qualify for the World Series finals, buddy. Warming up Kai Gotthard and William O'Connor. Yeah, I know, mad. 1 all in our feature game. Radak Sadansky 2-1 up on Nick Kenny. Dominic Grudish 4-2 up on Connor Scott. Some brutal ties in round 1 here. Humphreys and Price will take the most titles. Kim Hybrex 2-1 up on Chris Landman. Oscar Lakaziak getting battered by Callum Ridds 3-0 at the moment. Does Clements lose his tour card in the next 5 years? Unless he changes something, yes. Yeah, and unless he changes something, he's in big danger. Been playing darts for a few months now. I can hit 140s. Just carry on what you're doing. They will come. If you're getting 2 in there, over time that grouping will come. Just keep throwing naturally and so on, and it will happen. What's the best darts night you have had? To be fair, there's been we've had some wicked nights at exhibitions and stuff like that, like loads. How are we doing, Nico? Look, the angle of entry on Michael's new darts is more upright than the other ones used to be sort of like... Right. Got some darts under here. So, Michael Smith's darts now kind of enter at that angle, where before they kind of enter at that angle. Does that make sense? Karel Sedlacek has smashed Nico Springer 6-1. Can you see that? Merv King's played really well recently. Mervyn King's played some absolute super stuff. Anthony, good to have you in, my friend. How is the sunny state of Texas today? I was going to send you something last night, actually. I'm going to send you it now anyway, just to put a smile on your face. Let me just turn the sound down on my phone first. It just made me smile so much, and I think it will you as well. Really enjoyed Champions events at Cardiff. Saturday, the whole setup in the venue. It was superb, and that there's already plans to make it better next year, which is good. I remember Premier League points. Yeah, I used to like the draw Andrew as well. Richard Vinstra has beaten Darren Beveridge 6-1. Yeah, I used to like the draw element. How are you doing, Ryan? Good to have you there. I knew you'd like that, Anthony. I knew you'd like it. Phil, do the PDC pay you anything for your work? No. We all missed the player. The draw in the Premier League just made it interesting. Loved it. Yeah, the draw element was right up there. Adam Lipscomb lost, unfortunately. Didn't play particularly well. Callum Ridds 5-1 up on Oscar Lukasiak. Look, family comes first, doesn't it? And look, his boys have obviously got a big Gaelic football game this evening, and he wants to be there for that. So, fair play to Mickey. Matty Denon 2-1 up on Niels Zonneveld. We are approaching the best 4 months of the year. Get this summer out of the way. The best 4 months are on the way. You'd think Phil owns this channel. Wessel Nyman 4-1 up on Rob Grundy. Okay, I forgot Wessel. Wessel, yeah, 100%. Look, the didn't we have 4 draws out of 5 once, but never all 5? Look, Littler will be one of, if not the favourite to win the World Championships come December. But there is also a reason that so few people have defended that world title. Because this is difficult to do. There will be pressure on him. Callum Ridds, 6-1 winner. He is safe for no, it's all good. That was all good, buddy. Brighton 2074 draws. Yeah, I thought there was 4 draws on. We'd had it once. Tavis Dudney 5-4 behind to Christian Kist. Brandy Brooks and Dom Taylor locked at 3 apiece. Who's the players that have defended it after winning it? Yeah, I think that those are the only 3 to do it. I would love to see Johnny Clayton win the Worlds. The Ferret. If Littler does his career already eclipses Adrian. Look, Adrian had a great career. Look, I don't mind saying this. I think he should have won more for his ability, but also he ran into Prime Taylor and MVG a lot of the time. So, do you think first-year tour card holders should be allowed to play in MODUS? Yeah, I don't dislike it at all. Remember, everyone, if you haven't yet, drop us a like and subscribe. Oh, Steve Lennon, Ricky Evans getting underway. Nick Kenny, a little bit of a comeback here against Radak Sedansky, but still trails 4-3. No, just Steve, Malachi, just Steve. But this is what sport's all about, is there's always debates in sport. No one is ever right, no one is ever wrong. That's what I love about sport, because there's just so many ways to look at it. Connor Scott is back level. He's put the afterburners on against Dominic Grealish. Grealish was in complete control, but not now. Wessel Nyman on the verge of victory. 5-2 up on Rob Grundy. Steve Lennon averaging a ton. 2-0 up on Rapid Ricky Evans. Dom Taylor is on the verge of beating Bradley Brooks. Just going to check in on Dominic Grulish. Has the advantage. He has the darts in this deciding leg against Connor Scott. And he's down to a finish. Scott needs something big here. Otherwise, the comeback will be in vain. And he doesn't even finish. Excuse me. So, Dominic Grulish has 6 darts to win this. It's not the best setup. From 116, he only scores 40. He has left the door slightly open for Scott. Scott down to 72. Dominic Grulish, 76 to win it. Remember, he's been in control of this game and he's missed. Connor Scott has the opportunity to complete the comeback. 72 for the sniper. And he's done it. Connor Scott completes a dramatic comeback to beat Dominic Grulish. He'll be kicking himself. Steve Lennon, 3-0 to the good. Wesley Placier just getting on the way against Gabriel Clemens, Michael Smith, Marvin van Velzen warming up, Jan van Veen. My new Premier League format would be 3 points for a win for a player winning 6-4 or better. I quite like. I would go. I don't dislike it, 80. I'd just tweak it slightly. I would say 2 points for a win, 3 points if you win 6-3 or better. And just leave 5-all as a draw. So do you think most players would prefer spectator? No, I think they like it as it is. Andrew, if I'm being honest. William O'Connor game's about to finish. No, so look, to start with, how I got into all this was a little bit of luck at the right place at the right time. So look, I've always loved the sport. There's no secret there. So I was working for a company called SBAT, and we were bought by Catena Media. Catena Media also bought a company called Caledonian, which at the time, the Live Darts brand was under that. So I got to work, and I'm still really good friends with Jay now at Live Darts, and we started doing, look, Jay's been working on Live Darts for years. It was his uni project. But it was mainly all website and social content. So we started doing content. That's how the Live Darts YouTube channel and that started. And I worked on that for 3.5, 4 years, I think. And it was great. I loved every minute of it. But being there, you're just a cog in the wheel. You're just part of a big corporation and so on. So midway through 2020, I made the decision to go, hang on a minute, I want to control my own destiny. I want to be in control of what goes on and so on. And that's when I jumped from Live Darts and started up online darts. Does that help, mate? Tom Bizzle won his first game. Ryan played really well. No, look, Michael Smith, I'm not surprised to see him there. He just wants to get back winning and playing. The Connor game's about to finish, but we can watch him at the winning double. Keeps going a little bit longer. How many of the players who lose their tour card this year will enter Q School? And I think most will enter because they're chasing the dream to get it back. Aren't all companies like Live Darts based? Most are. I'm not sure if Live Darts still are because Catena Media sold them to 21 Group, I think it was. But yeah, Catena Media, who I obviously used to work for back in the day, yes, they were based in Malta. We had some good times in Malta. They used to bring everyone to Malta once a year. It was called Catena Fest. It was just a tax write-off, basically. We used to spend a load of money eating and drinking for 3 days. But yeah, we had some really good times in Malta. It's a nice island, I have to say. Why is Darts connecting? Yeah, 100%, Lendl. I loved working with JN at Live Darts, and it was a great start. But it was like time to do it for myself, which is what we've done. And like in terms of that, we're still a baby compared to some of the other outlets that have been going a lot longer. But I think we do a lot of good things. Do you have any hobbies other than darts? Is there a skill you always want to learn? So yeah, I love football, cricket and boxing. To be fair, I can genuinely sit and watch most sports. Yes, so there's a few. I really want to learn to ski. And Jimmy Van ski. And I'd love to be able to sing and play the guitar. Afternoon, Stephen. I'm good, mate. How are you? Oh yeah, honestly, it's a lovely island. It's got a bit of everything. If you wanna go and have a bit of a party, there's segments of the island that you can do that. The capital Valletta is full of beautiful museums and so on. It's really, really nice. Are there other darts media outlets, YouTube channels you're not a fan of, Phil? You're a Spurs fan, right? I am, yeah. Do I think Sakinange was the correct call? Yes. Don't get me wrong. He won a trophy, which was incredible. But you can't ignore losing 22 league games. Steve Lennon is a 6-2 winner over Rapid Ricky Evans. Yeah, Malta is amazing. It's very expensive. But when was the last time I went to Malta? 2019. So I haven't been since then. And it was okay then. Good mate, enjoyed playing last night. X Factor, watch out. Yeah, honestly, one of the things that I'd love to be able to sing and play the guitar. And William O'Connor does seal a 6-3 win over Kai Gotthard, the Magpie, who's played lovely stuff. Should we have a little look at Bully Boy? Is it too late to? No, I don't think so. It's just finding time and that. But yeah, 100%. I'd love to be able to play the guitar. I remember, I still am. Look, everyone knows I love Oasis, but I also love Ed Sheeran as well. I remember going and watch Ed in his early days. Went to watch him at the Camden Roundhouse and stuff like that, and it was brilliant. And I remember when he said he announced the first time he was going to do Wembley, and I was like, surely he's got to bring a band in, because I didn't think one man, a guitar and a loop pedal could keep Wembley bouncing. So wrong. It was amazing. Have you watched any of Hughware's interviews? So I've watched some of them. I've not watched them all, but I've watched some of them. The ones I've watched, I've really enjoyed. The Ginger bias, that. Us Gingers got to stick together. Bully boy, averaging 103 here, 2-1 up on Van Velzen. Yeah, like I've not listened to everyone, but the ones I've listened to, I've really enjoyed. Tam, I love music. If people look at my Spotify, it's from one extreme to the other. Music is amazing. You get Steve Van der Wall 2-0 up on Adam Paxton. Victor Tingstrom has just leveled it up with James Hurrell at 1-1. Van Veen in front against Leon Webber. Sebastian Białecki is 3-0 up on Ian White. Who do you think loses their 2 card? Yeah, Jules would be the one that instantly comes to mind, 100%. Rob Owen has a leg back. John will be very hard to replace Andrew, and I don't know how much longer we've got John for. Hopefully a while, but Michael Smith 3-1 up now on Van Velzen. Gabriel Clements 5-2 up, averaging a ton on Wesley Placia. Dan Dawson can do anything. Ian White has a leg back against Białecki. Victor Tingstrom 2-1 up now, and James Hurrell back-to-back legs for him. I'm enjoying the little chat in the chat room. It's good. Look, it is what it is. Look, smile because it happened. Not a fan of Dan Dawson on the MC. Yeah, possibly, but I think that comes because, like you say, when you don't do something all the time, you try a little bit too hard, and that might be that. Mike Kyvenhoven, 5-3 up on Adam Warner. Gabriel Clements has beaten Wesley Placia 6-2. Swiss Phil is superb MC. Dan Dorser, Dan can present, but I also think he's an amazing commentator as well. Well, can you present and commentate? I'm not sure. Was there a name of the nickname Chucky? There was. It was Jim McEwen. Fabulous player. Cord Decker won that up on Jeffrey de Graaf. Michael Smith playing well here. How long's a bit of string? Rod's done amazingly well. Look, before he had his stroke, Rod was one of the best wordsmiths I have ever come across. And the way he's come back after his stroke and the way he's worked so hard to get back to broadcasting is just a credit to Rod and the support network around him. It was great when he came back to the match play after his stroke. It was just so good to see him. Yeah, 100%, Jamie. He's tremendous at both. It's like, which one do you want him to do? Alan Norris. Yeah, Alan Norris used to be Chuck. Do you like Instagram models, or do you prefer plain Jane? Instagram models ain't going anywhere near me. Big up, yeah, Bully Boy playing really, really well. I've not really heard Phil do much, to be fair. Yeah, Jim's still playing. No, Gary's not playing. No, just played down to 6, Harry. The final 6 will qualify. Yitzy van der Wall in front against Adam Paxton. Darryl Pilgrim takes the opener against Reese Griffin. Rob Owen, Justin Hood locked at 3-all. I'm not sure. Look, I'm not sure why Gary declined the invite. James Hurrell back in front against Victor Tingstrom. 2 legs on the spin for the Hillbilly. I genuinely don't mind. I'd like to see Michael Smith qualify. I don't think they all can because of the sections they're in. But in an ideal world, yeah, see, I'm just looking, because of the boards they're on, they're going to meet each other. But Scott Williams, Jan Van Veen, Scott Williams, Van Veen, Wessel Nyman, Bieletsky, Michael Smith, Cameron Menzies. But they all can't because of the thing. But in an ideal world, as long as a few of them qualify, I'll be happy. I think, look, yeah, Willie's playing really well. So that wouldn't be a surprise if he did. Yeah, Bully Boy, 99 average. Look, we know the game is still there. Rob Owen is in front against Justin Hood. He's found something. Stack attack. Van Veen 5-2 up on Leon Webber. Who do you want Spurs to avoid in chat? I don't, genuinely, Daz, I don't care. It is what it is. Well, 2 seconds, everyone. I need to take this. Sorry about that, folks. Just needed to take that. Van Velzen is making a comeback here. This is a good game. Michael Smith's done nothing wrong here. He's still averaging 99. Rob Owen is one away, 5-3 up now on Justin Hood. Daryl Pilgrim averaging 107. He's 3-0 up on Reece Griffin. Owen Bates 2-1 up on Dimitri van den Berg. Van Velzen Smith in a last leg shootout. Scott Williams trials Tom Bizzle 2-1. Cameron Menzies averaging 115 is 2-0 up on Martin Drat. Michael Smith is in a bit of bother here. Leon Webber fighting back against Van Veen as well. Gary Anderson not playing. Yeah, Steve has found a bit of form, but it may be too little too late. It's a big 140 for Michael Smith. Reece Griffin has a leg back against Darryl Pilgrim, but Robert Owen seals victory. Stack Attack is into the next round. Sebastian Białecki trails Ian White 5-4. 160 for Michael Smith. It's not a great setup. Opens the door for Van Velzen here. This is a huge leg. James Hurrell has beaten Victor Tingstrom 6-2. 140 makes this interesting if Van Velzen can hit. Only a ton. Michael Smith, 105. He's left 48. So Van Velzen, 152. Come back to the chat room in a second. You guys are on fire. But this is a massive moment. Right. Michael Smith, 48. Van Velzen is sat, waiting. And Bully Boy holds his nerve. That is a fabulous win for Michael Smith. Van Veen in a decider. Let's go and catch the end of this. I was reading, not sure how to... it's probably somewhere around there, yeah. Ian White beats Białecki 6-4. Van Veen to stave off this Weber comeback. That's good from Van Veen. Under pressure. Needed that. Two great last leg deciders so far. Let's go and have a little bit of Owen Bates, Dimitri Van den Berg. Who will Bully Boy play next? It's a good question. Let's have a look. Oh, so that was the top 40. Kate, there's no cameras on this. Qualifying events, there's never any streams. So, but we'll keep you up to date. It's what we do. Right, Michael Smith. Let's go to the boards. I think he's on board. Yeah, 3. So Michael Smith will play the winner of Tavis Dudney and Dylan Slethen. I'm not sure any... I think the only seniors player that may get a card is John Henderson. The rest I'm not sure over. Tom Bizzle, 5-1 up on Scott Williams now. Menzies flying, 5-0 up on Martin Drat. What time will this end? I reckon somewhere around 3:30-ish. Maybe. Cord Decker 5-2 up on Jeffrey de Graaf. It's not great, is it? Did Royce play yet? Did he enter? Not sure if he even entered. It doesn't look like he entered. Yeah, Menzies is flying. Jitsi van der Waal has beaten Adam Paxton in a last leg decider. The Noble goes the way of the Dutchman, Darrell Pilgrim, still averaging over 101 here. 5-2 up on Rhys Griffin. Very good from him. Martin Lukeman, 4-all with Matters Razma. Subs are still going up. August is always slow, Dell. So look, they haven't gone up massively in August. Still, I think nearly 500 in August. But August is notoriously slow. What's that? Let me have a... No, on the Women's Series Order of Merit, Jamie, if you look, it goes grey, white, grey, white, grey, white, grey, white. That's just the colour scheme. Did we just hit 9? Let's go. Let's go Jose Connor Scott. I like that. I like that a lot. I think they'll both go to Ali Paddy Graham. I think they'll both go. August is slow because up until like this week, it's just World Series events, which you don't really get a lot from. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, August is always slow for that reason. MVG's already qualified. Dom Taylor. Dom Taylor's got Ian White next. 100%. Lisa will always pick Ali Pally over Lakeside for me. Tom Bizzle beats Scott Williams 6-3. The Maverick is out. Jose de Sousa with a wicked little 160 for leg 1. That'll do. 6 James qualify from this. Yeah, great checkout. Nice, Ken, nice. Thibaut Tricol takes the opener against Luke Woodhouse. Can't believe Paxton. Is Peter Wright in the World Series finals? I can't remember. 2 seconds. If he was on the list or not. I was going to do it. Right, so already at the World Series finals are as follows. Your 8 seeds are Stephen Bunting, Luke Littler, Gutterin Price, Luke Humphreys, Rob Cross, Chris Dobie, Nathan Aspinall, Mike DeDecker. Qualified, Damon Hetta, Michael Van Gogh, Josh Rock, Peter Wright, Johnny Clayton, Raymond Van Barneveld, Kevin Dutz, Jermaine Watamina, Danny Lauby, Jason Brandon, Christoph Ratajski, Hopai Puhout, Simon Whitlock, Johnny Tata. Then the other 4 off the rankings, James Wade, Dave Chisnell, Ross Smith and Danny Noppert. They're the ones that have qualified. Did Toretta hit a 9? He did. Didn't see that either. Better do a post, didn't I? Rich Clements, yeah, will be a good one. Yeah, 100% Big Bar. Like I say, I liked what I saw from Michael yesterday. Forget results. I liked the action. Between 3 and 3:30, I think. To a point, but look, if you're not playing him, he wants to play. And look, what I like about it is he's not been a dick about it. They agree, Jamie, but they also all know that if he turns it on, he's electric. When I agree. By the way, I agree with you that he is vulnerable 100%. But when you listen to them speak, they all still say if Michael turns up, he's the best. Even with Littler there, you listen to them all, they all still worry about him. Oh, he's absolutely pissing it down here. Ginger friendly though, so I like it. Yeah, he's not being any sack about it. Thibaut Tricol levels 2-2 with Luke Woodhouse. Yellow Klassen levels it up with Joe Cullen. I forgot Joe Cullen was in this. Callum Ridge 2-0 down to Gabriel Clemens. Clemens averaging 107. Pietreczku takes the opener against Andy Bolton. We'll put Bolton's game on after this one's done, Craig. Yeah, it is. It's mad, isn't it? Luke Woodhouse back in front against Tricol. Daryl Gurney forgot about Super Chin. 1-0 up on Ryan Meikle. Gilding, De Sousa, Ed has Van Dyvenberg. I hope him. Nice. Again, I forgot Dirk was in there as well. The list is huge. Monstrous. Gabriel Clemens, 3-1 up on Callum Ridge. Ridge averaging a ton, but Clemens 107 at the moment. Where were we supporting Scott? Yeah, look, everyone. Like Connor, really nice lad. Look, just needs to find his feet a little bit. Unbelievable player. Phil, did you see Ronnie making those two? I didn't see it live, but I've watched it back since. Yeah, look, the man's a genius. Yeah, look, I hope Bo plays the Dev Tour and goes on and gets her card. It would be great. Dylan Slethen beats Tavis Dudney 6-2. 98 average from Slethen Very good from the Irish star. Callum Ridds, leg back against Clemens. Again, Mark Williams, legend of the sport. Dirk getting underway against Barry Van Peer. Connor Scott missed chance and he is punished. De Sousa 5-1 up. Kyvenhoven levels up with Sedlerbox. It's both. No, it's only for tour card holders, Dale. Yellow Klassen leg back. The still trails Joe Cullen 3-2. Yeah, I don't see him keeping his card. I think he's got just too much to do. So Callum Ridds is averaging 107, but trails Clemens 4-2. Clemens doing a really good game management job at the moment, just keeping him at arm's length. Cam Crabtree 5-3 up on Richie Edhouse. Phil, you were right about. Yeah, no, I just. For 2 years, he was incredible. But he's just reverted back to type. As a person, I love Jose. One of the nicest people you will ever meet. But I just never felt he was going to sustain it. I always felt that it was just an absolute unbelievable peak, by the way, winning the Grand Slam. Klassen levels up with Cullen 3-3. Ridds has a leg back and the average has gone up to 109. Yes, he won. It was nearly all of his success was yes. Cam Crabtree beats Richie Edhouse 6-2. Klassen is on a roll here. He was trailing Cullen. Now he leads. Clemens 5-3. Callum Ridds is averaging a shade under 109 here and getting beat. Connor Scott just on a little bit of a charge, but Jose has the darts here. Lucas Venick 4-2 up on Andrew Gilding. Woodhouse Tricole locked at 4 apiece. Dirk van Dijvenbode 2-0 up on Barry Van Peer. Richard Vinstra 5-2 up on Stephen Lennon. Sedlerbox 4-2 up on Kyvenhoven. Dirk 3-0 up, Gurney 3-1 up, Cullen levels 4-all. Cullen still averaging 95 here. Been a good leg from De Sousa. Back-to-back 140s. You would expect him to see this one out from here. As far as we are aware, he is still unable to play darts. Gabriel Clements, 6-3 win over Callum Ridds. Good game, that one, from both. Really, really top stuff from both the Riot and the German Giant. De Sousa beat Scott 6-3. Again, scrappy, but job done. Morning, David. Sorry if you've already answered this, but how players are picked for the finals. So it's done off the World. The World Series has its own ranking, David. So players down to X on that World Series ranking go in. Does that make sense? Richard Vinstra beat Stephen Lennon 6-2. Woodhouse is one away from beating Tricole 5-4 in front. When he starts having fun, potentially. I'm guessing they could refuse his entry. Look, I would love to see Corey back playing to his potential. Look, you can't forget his past because it's there, but this is my only concern is it's all right playing back home domestically in Australia, but the end goal is always to get to the bigger picture. Now, with his past, will he ever be able to get a visa? I don't know. Thibaut Tricole levels decider against Woodhouse. Klassen 5-all with Cullen getting underway. Hybrax Rob Owen just about to start. He's unavailable at the moment. I think it's more a case of what he hasn't done. I just think a long past finally caught up with him. Daryl Gurney 5-1 up on Ryan Meikle. Sedlacek, one away. I missed. Who won? Joe Cullen won the last leg decider against Jelle Klassen. Well, the other one was Woodhouse. Tricole. Woodhouse took the decider there. Is there a website that confirms he's locked up? Not that we can find, but we all kind of knew. And then a couple of years ago, one of the Australian journalists was over at the World Championships and he confirmed it. Called the Matador. Yes, I do. Look, if we never see Corey play again, it is the biggest waste of a talent the sport has ever seen. He literally had the world in his hands. Could you imagine Corey against Littler in the Premier League? Oof. Is Dom Taylor? No relation. Hybrax levels it up with 0-1 all. Andy Bolton. Winning. Sedlacek wins 6-4. Right, and Sedler box. Pietreczko leg back against Bolton. Could still make, could make good money, Malachi. I agree, but there's no progress. If he can't leave the country, there's no progression beyond that. How are we doing, Stephen? Good to have you in. Dirk one away from beating Barry Van Peer. Back-to-back legs for Kim Hybrex. He's 2-1 up. Dom Taylor, Ian White getting underway. Pilgrim, Patrick Giach warming up. O'Connor Rasma, Harold Sadansky. Can Cadby play in the PDC Worlds after the first series? At the moment, he can't. At the moment, he's in prison, so he can't play anything. Not sure without getting the board draw up. After this, we can put that up if you want, yeah. Just watching Corey when he played in the World Series, and then when he came over here, it was, look, like I say, his past is his past. It's there. You can't ignore it. But on a sporting front, he was box office. Absolute box office. I would guess so, but look, he's going to have to play in some stuff before that. No, Keane didn't enter. Bolton one away, but Pietraszko has the darts now. What for this, David? No, there's so basically there's a ranking table for the World Series that's got ranking points. How old is he now? Let's have a look. He's 30 now. Not sure if he's banned from leaving Australia, but when you've got those kind of convictions, getting a visa is going to be difficult. 6 qualifiers for this, Stephen. Daryl Pilgrim takes the opener in his game. Looking for something. I was just looking at something there. So yeah, 6 qualifiers from this. Michael Smith, Dylan Slevin underway. Kim Hybrex 3-all with Robert Owen. What game we're putting up next? What game are we going for next? Probably Michael Smith, Dylan Slevin. But we've got a last leg decider here. Pietraszko has turned this one around. How we doing, Tom? Good to have you in, buddy. What? Andy Bolton, if he lets this one slip, he'll be annoyed. Tom Bizzle, Gabriel Clemens getting underway. Rob Owen back in front against Kim Hybrex. If you win the T20, yes, that's it. Yes, 6 qualify. So that is correct, buddy. So some of these players are 2 games from victory. I think it's going to be, if they both win, Cameron Menzies against Michael Smith for a place. Oof, brutal. Yeah, I don't dislike it, but I just don't think it will happen. But I'm with you. I like the concept. Hybrex levels with Robert Owen 4-4. $160 for Pietreczko, 152 for Andy Bolton. Pietreczko, the setup is only okay. Van Veen against the Sousa underway. Bolton has bossed this match, but he's now on the verge of elimination. Dom Taylor levels 2-2 with Ian White. Pietreczko, first look at this 80 in our feature game. Misses, chance for Bolton, 92. Is it going to be X Factor or Pikachu? Andy Bolton misses. Ricardo Pietreczko. Now 3 clear darts in hand to complete the comeback, and does. So a bit of Slevin Bully Boy. Level 1 all. Stand up for a minute. Listen. Wessel Nyman 1-1. We get Van der Wall. De Sousa takes the opener against Van Veen. I love Lawrence Alagan. Such a good player. Michael Smith leads 2-1, break of throw. Darryl Pilgrim playing some tidy stuff at the moment. Owen Bates is levelled up with Richard Vinstra. James Hurrell 4-1 up. James, the Hillbilly's playing some tidy stuff at the moment. Kim Hobrax has beaten Robert Owen 6-4. No stack attack in Amsterdam. Ian White 3-2 up on Dom Taylor. Oh, he's absolutely pissing it down. Wow. Michael Smith 3-1 to the good. Dom Taylor trials Ian White 3-2. Can you remember hearing about Cadby for the first... Yeah, 100%. It was when he played in the World Series for the first time. He played Phil Taylor in back-to-back weeks, lost in the first one, then beat him in the second one, if I remember rightly. Dom Taylor levels it up with Ian White 3-all. Yeah, then he came over and won the World Youth. Western Nyman 2-2, averaging over 106. Yeah, possibly. Look, Ryan's openly spoken about that. He looks at darts a lot differently. That it's not the be all and end all to him. William O'Connor 4-2 up. Michael Smith doing okay here. Oh, 100%. I remember he came before that Q school. He was at Lakeside with Duzza for a bit of practice. When obviously Duzza went on to win Lakeside as well. He told everyone that he was doing it on the first day. Do you think there is another Aussie star? Not that I've seen. No, and that's part of the... Don't get me wrong. Raymond Smith is a star, but has other priorities and commitments. But no, I don't see another breakout Aussie star at the moment. Dylan Slevin holds to get back within one. Actually lose to Joe. Yeah, look, Van Veen's not played amazing the last few days. William O'Connor is one away from defeating MODUS Razma. Pilgrim 4-2. Pilgrim's played well here today. Cameron Menzies won that up on Sedler Box. Van Veen leg back. Who do you reckon has the highest? That's a real tough one because they've both got really good bits to their game, and they've both got massive frailties as well. I'm not sure. Right, I actually preferred it when Keane went through that little change of getting his darts to stand upright. I'm not a fan of stacking. There's only... And it's not... When I say stacking as well, there's a difference. So, Van Veen stacks, but his darts land in the board very, very lying down slightly. Right? It's not a thing, but Keane's going the board almost like that. Can you see the difference? One's just parallel. The other one is, the angle is absurd. So it blocks so much. If he's going to continue to stack, he needs to find a way to make them less aggressive. Does that make sense? Because the angle is so far gone, it's mad. Gabriel Clements 5-2 up on Tom Bizzle. Cameron Menzies 2-1 up and Karel Sedlacek. Do you think Bo could be a top 16 player? The top 16's tough. There are a lot of players that have the ability to be a top 16 player, but there's only room for 16 of them. Do I think that she can go up into the top 32? Yeah, I think she could. As I said, has the ability to, but there are a lot of players that also have that same ability and they all can't get there because there's not enough room for them. Van Veen levels with De Sousa. He's got himself level. Yeah, just the angle was just absurd. Tom Bizzle leg back against Clemens. Oh, yeah, he's butchering it down here as well. It's Darrell Pilgrim's let a lead slip. Patrick is back in this one. King didn't enter. Good win for Michael Smith. He's into the playoff game. The Bully Boy has won away from Amsterdam. Let's go Van Veen to Sousa. I think Bo will be regularly touring professional in the next 3 years and not looking back. She'll have a tour card for many. I agree, Anthony. Look, once she's got that card, and hopefully that's through the Dev Tour this year, I agree. I think she just kicks on. I'm with you. Hot sun here. It's not here. It's absolutely lashing it down. Or ginger friendly, as I call it. Harry, 100% crazy but cruel. Dom Taylor levels 5-all with Ian White. Gabriel Clemens has beaten Tom Bizzle. Did you hear what Edgar said when he said there will be a superstar film? Yeah, and look, there are more coming through as well because of the Fallon effect first of all, and then the Littler effect as well. There are more young girls playing in academies through the JDC and so on. So we will see more and more come through. Dylan, I'm not sure. I haven't seen an update. All of a sudden, Pilgrim is behind. Yes, I know she's going to Japan. Vinstra and Bates in a last leg decider. Van Veen has taken charge of this one. Cameron Menzies is in front against Sedlacek. How we doing, Adam? Good to have you in, buddy. How was work? Yes, Jack, I think he will. Just chucking it out there. I think he'll win one this year. Dom Taylor has beaten Ian White 6-2. I can't remember. Let's have a look. Uh, 32. 32-man field. Van Veen seals victory. He had to work hard for that, but he beats Jose de Sousa, who's 3-1 behind. Let's goes Menzies Sedler box. The winner will play Bully Boy Michael Smith. Oh, Darryl Pilgrim will be devastated. He's let that one go from what seemed a winning position. Yeah, look, the game against Littler was the game of the year for me. Menzies back in front. Nyman, Yitzy van der Wal in a last leg shootout. Joe Cullen. There's a couple of boards that are slightly behind. Nyman has effectively taken the darts here. 2 poor visits from Yitzy van der Wal. And now 170. Doesn't need to take it out. He's got 6 at it. I certainly think by this time next year, Michael Smith can be back there. Look, a good run at the Worlds, and he's there straight away. But 100% Bully Boy will be back. Who are we talking about at the Grand Slam? And Wessel Nyman seals victory. Good stuff from Wessel. Lucas Vennick, James Hurrell underway. He's definitely got a different outlook on it. Does he take... Once he's there, he takes it seriously. Is Ricky Evans in a world spot? Yes, he is. Yeah, comfortably. He is 15th on that list. Lucas Vennick takes the opener against James Hurrell. Sedlacek and Menzies battling for all. Cam Van Veen against Gabriel Clements. Shootout match for a spot in Amsterdam. Menzies back in front. Remember, Michael Smith awaits the winner of this one. What is the benchmark to be in the top 40 spots? I'm not sure what'll get you safe yet. I think if you've already got 25 grand, I think you're okay. That Jesse Cross has already qualified, so doesn't need to play. Cord Decker is one away from beating Neil Zonabal, the Sheriff. I think he's in a provisional spot, but I don't think it's nailed on that he's 100% qualified. Isn't he there because of the Euro Tour win? Yeah, I think if as long as Key makes the Worlds, his card's safe for me, because that 15 grand is huge. Cameron Menzies sets up a dance date with Bully Boy Michael Smith. Just looking at the tour card race itself. Yeah, now that Keane's got that 15 grand, he puts him up to 93. So yeah, as long as he stays in the World Championships, Keane's card's fine. It's if he loses that spot, he's in a world of trouble. The same as Mario van den Bohada, that his card is only safe because of the Worlds. If Florian Hempel all of a sudden can get to the Worlds, he would leapfrog a lot of them. See, this is what I mean. This money at the World Championship now changes everything. Ooh, Daryl Gurney, William O'Connor warming up. Brutal. One of them will not be going to Amsterdam, and that's not even the playoff game. Mr. P lost, David. He blew a golden opportunity. Cam Crabtree does take the opener against Kim Hybricks. Again, you lot absolutely smashing it today. If you haven't yet, drop us a like and subscribe, folks. You know what to do. Especially this year that there's more tour card holders at the Worlds than ever before. Yeah, Mr. P is Mr. Darryl Pilgrim, and he lost last round, Dave. I think he was 4-2 up and lost. Kordecker has beaten Niels Zonneveld. It's a bit of a surprise. Hybricks levels it up. Are you looking forward to the bigger World Championships, or are you Am I looking... Look, this is a very multi-answer structure here. Because there's different parts of it. As a spectacle, am I looking forward to the Worlds going to 128? Absolutely. From a working at it point of view, an extra 4 days, no, I'm not. But I think it'll be good. I like the fact that the seeds are in round 1. There's no protection. I like that. Yeah, Cam started playing darts in COVID. Did I... On my account or the OD account? Dom Taylor plays Luke Woodhouse next. There's going to be so many awful... I'm not... Are they going to be awful, Johnny? Or are we comparing it to the very top? If you're comparing it to the top 8 playing every game, look, yes, but I don't think the standard it will be as bad as what people think. Michael Smith is still in. He is going to play Cameron Menzies next for a spot. Can we have an all-Irish clash? What, here today? I don't think so. Yeah, just seen it now. Yeah, look, let's go back to the early PDC days. Some of those sessions were awful as well. This is how we grow the sport and so on and get it ready with more opportunities and so on. Awful as in what? A minute, that's... I'm trying to... Right, round 1, which games were dross? The averages weren't good, but that was exciting. That was okay. Didn't mind that. That one was a bit boring, but I don't think it's as many as what you think. I'm just looking through some of the games now, but I thought they were all right. There's a few, but I don't think it's as many as what you think. Don't get me wrong, Paulo Nebreda was a tough watch, but that's because of his pace of play. How are you doing, Kay? Hope you are good. Hopefully Amsterdam. Yeah, and this is what I mean. That it gets better the more opportunity there is for these players to play. The better it is. Oh, we have our first playoff match underway. Van Veen and Clements. Oh. We're not all obsessed with Dom. Don't get me wrong, I, as a person, I like Dom. I don't think he's the easiest player to watch. Dirk against Wessel. That should be exciting. That'll be explosive. Smith, Menzies warming up. How are we doing, Hazel? The biggest name there is probably Michael Smith, but all the usual suspects have already qualified. Kim Hybrex leads Cam Crabtree. That's a break of throw. Look, yeah, Gav. Look, again, I like Adam as a person, but he's a tough watch. Nebreda, like, although he played really well, it's a tough watch, just because of the pace and so on. Joe Cullen 2-0 down. Van Veen takes the opener against Clemens. Luke Woodhouse 2-0 up on Dom Taylor. Wessel Nyman takes the opener against Dirk and a bit of a smelly first leg. No, see, Adam, I think Nebreda is tougher to watch than Mansell. Cullen in trouble. Gurney locked at 2-2 with William O'Connor. Kim Hybrex 1 away from victory here, which would send him to the playoff game. Daryl Gurney in front against William O'Connor. No, Andy Barnes didn't. How are we doing? Lucas Vennick beats James Hurrell 6-2. Woodhouse 3-0 up on Dom Taylor now. Van Veen Clements 1-all. Nyman 2-0 up on Dirk. Dart Connect. tv.dartconnect.com. The opening match, well, because of the way it used to get set up, it was always that player had to then play again. It's very unlikely to happen, but if Mansell Gilding won the Worlds, if they win the Worlds, they probably got to put them in the Premier League. Smith, Menzies, underway. Surely we've got to go there, haven't we, chat room? We want the battle between Smith and Menzies. How we doing, Darts for Life? Hope you are good. How many? So the final, or 6 qualify. So the T12 games are the playoff game. And Gabriel Clements has won 3 on the spin against Van Veen. Is Clements about to qualify for Amsterdam? Oh, Michael Smith has missed multiple darts to take the opener. Menzies going to punish. He is. Break of throw for Cameron Menzies. Michael Smith can only blame himself there. Yep, just 6 qualify. Joe Cullen from 2-0 down has won 3 on the spin. This is good from the Rockstar. William O'Connor is also in front against Daryl Gurney. Woodhouse doing a number on Dom Taylor. 4-0 to Woody. Will leg 1 haunts Michael Smith. Missed 5 darts for a 1-0 lead. Menzies broke. And he can't find the scoring power here in leg 2. Yeah, the controversial opinion that I think Clements is overrated. Like, don't get me wrong. When the year he got to the semi-final at the Worlds, he played incredible, but we haven't seen that anywhere near enough. We see the odd spark and the odd great game from him. I remember he beat Michael in a Euro Tour with 110, I think it was, but we just don't see them enough. No. Michael Smith punishes the mistake. Bully Boy levels. Cordeca 1-0 up on Riccardo Pietrezco. Luke Woodhouse being made to wait. Dom Taylor has a leg back. Did his pre-service routine annoy you? Look, it is what it is. It's part of his routine. Did it slow players down? Maybe a little bit, yeah. But look, I love Rafa. To be fair, Johnny, last time I saw him, it looked as if he had lost some timber. To be fair to him. I just realised this ain't a Euro Tour. Love that, Rob, love that. Oh, again, someone from the northeast. What about Newcastle and Middlesbrough doing business? Didn't see that coming. Peter Ebden, everyone. No, boring as fuck. Great player, but boring. William O'Connor is 1 away from beating Daryl Gurney. Dirk's turned it around. Wessel was in control early on. Nobody cares about Borough. Wessel Nyman has levelled it 3-3 with Dirk van Dijvenbode. That's not even a playoff game. Luke Woodhouse 1 away, 5-1 up on Dom Taylor. Only Borough fans think William O'Connor has beaten Daryl Gurney. Super Chin will not be in Amsterdam. Will the Magpie? Van Veen is on a little bit of a comeback here against Gabriel Clements. He still trails, but he's back within 1. 4-3 to the German giant. Cordeca 2-0 up on Riccardo Pietrezco. Michael Smith has a chance here for a 3-1 lead. Look, the 154 is a big ask. Made a bit of a mess of it. Not the great setup. So Menzies 110. This is good. Oh, brilliant from Menzies. Takes out the 110. 2-2. What are you booing for, Rob? Why boo? Luke Woodhouse beats Dom Taylor 6-1, 97 average for Taylor. Wessel Nyman is in front against Dirk. This one's swinging like a pendulum out of control. Best of 11 all the way through. Oh, sorry. No, 6. That's it. They then go. Randy Van Veen doing it for the stackers. The thing we spoke about earlier, John, I don't know if you were listening, but Van Veen's stacking is okay because his darts land pretty much parallel, met just down slightly, where others that do it, like Keen Barry's, are at silly angles. Clemens, big leg for him. He is one away. He's just stopped the Van Veen charge. So Jan Van Veen will have to run 3 on the spin. Chris, we told everyone yesterday we were streaming today for the qualifier. We've been here since 12. Michael Smith, 3-2 in front. His bully boy heading to Amsterdam. Dirk levels against Nyman, 4-4. Yeah, not a good day, was it? The penalty shootout was on par with the Lionesses one. Cullen has played well here to turn this one around. He's averaging a ton. 5-3 up. He is one away. Patrick has just got a leg back. Cameron Menzies just keeping toe with Michael Smith. 3-3. Decker 4-0 up on Ricardo Pietrezco. What would be a disaster is if somehow Rangers won tonight. To be fair, I only watched the penalty shootout. I only watched the shootout. I didn't watch the game. Nyman one away from beating Dirk. It would be funny though, wouldn't it? Rangers in the Champions League and Celtic not. Good game between... Stephen, I love watching the Lionesses play. But to be fair, the penalty shootout, was it the semi-final or the quarter-final one? Was horrific. Menzies has broken Bully Boy. Gabriel Clements has beaten Jan Van Veen 6-4. Gabriel is going to Amsterdam. The German giant will be there. Decker 5-0 up on the Ricardo Pietrezco. Rangers, mate. Yeah, to be fair, I watched the game. I've always got a soft spot for Sheffield Wednesday. And I thought the young team they put out worked incredibly hard last night. Menzies has taken control of this tie. Is he about to go one away? Menzies is on the brink of qualification 5-3 up. Michael Smith will have to win 3 on the spin. Joe Cullen moves into the playoff game, a 6-4 winner. Wessel Nyman has beaten Dirk van Duivenbode 6-4. He goes into the playoff game. No, I disagree, Jamie. Russell Martin is a really good coach. Look, when something is rotten the way Rangers has been for ages, stripping it all out, starting again, and giving them an identity doesn't happen overnight. And plus, the other thing is, who else goes to Scotland as a manager? With the greatest respect, and I like Scottish football, I watch it all the time. Elite world-class managers don't go to Scotland unless they haven't got another job. The only reason Brendan Rodgers went back to Celtic is no one in England wanted him after he basically got Leicester relegated. This whole thing that I see from both Rangers and Celtic fans, he's not a Rangers manager, he's not a Celtic player, what's he doing here? Is they have to know their place in the pecking order, that they have to realise that big players are only going there to either rebuild their career or at the end of their career. No one goes to Scotland at the peak of their game. Clements has qualified yet. Cameron Menzies has beaten Michael Smith. The Maverick Scotsman is going to Amsterdam. 2 qualifiers so far. Clements and Menzies have booked their spot. Look, if Martin's given time, he will turn Rangers into a good side. Unfortunately, I don't think he will be given time. The problem is the structure, and this is going deeper into the issue, is the stupid league structure in Scotland where you break halfway through the season and then play each other again if you finish in the top 8, and this whole relegation playoff thing is absolutely bollocks. If you finish in the bottom 2, you go down. If you finish in the top 2, you go up. Plain and simple. None of this playoff shit. But the problem is, Curtis, again, who do you replace him with? is the thing. Who's my favourite? Growing up, Chris Mason and Paul Nicholson. Used to love watching them. Yeah, Marcus, I 100%, I understand that, and that's good for two clubs, but it's not good for everyone else below them. So for those two clubs, it's great, but it's not good for everyone else. Venick Woodhouse underway. Chris, you can't compare Scotland to England in terms of that, because the way in leagues are run in their own country is up to them. The Scottish House isn't in order and won't grow and won't attract anything until they sort it out. The structure in England works. You've got leagues. There's none of this shit halfway through the year of you're in the top 8, so then you only play teams from the top 8. The pyramid in England, France, Italy, Spain works because everyone knows 3 up, 3 down, simple. You play each other twice, simple. And until the structure is sorted out, nothing will change because no one else can flourish. Yes, a little bit. There's been a few shocks, but then also not because they're playing under floor conditions where we all know they can win. So, just waiting for the other games to warm up. Nyman Bates, I think we'll go with that one. Yeah, that's the only reason the structure has gone that way, is so they can try and sell the Old Firm derby more often. But that should happen twice a year in the league, and if they meet in the cup, they meet in the cup. Would they though, James? Like, genuine question, if you moved them to England, where do you see them? Because for me, probably Championship level. Phil, do you think? Phil, do you think if someone just played the WDF, do you think they can live it? No, 100% not. What, top 6 in the Premier League, James? Sorry, but I completely disagree. I think they're both Championship standard. Right now, if you took both teams as they are now and moved them down here, they're Championship sides. Come on, let's get these show on the road. Stop hanging around in Milton Keynes. We want to get these going. Oh, no, Cullen. No, Chris, right now, if you took the Rangers squad and the Celtic squad as they are now and moved them down, they would be Championship sides right now. Just waiting for Cullen O'Connor to go live. No worries, buddy, no worries. Lucas Venick, 2-1 up on Luke Woodhouse. Remember, this is a playoff game. How we doing, Andrew? Hope you're good, buddy. How's the summer season been in Newquay? Just out of interest, when does the summer season for visitors start and end? There we go. Cullen, William O'Connor. Big game for both here. Cullen has the darts. Will it be the Magpie or will it be the Rockstar? Wessel Nyman takes the opener against Owen Bates. Cullen in control of leg 1 here, warming up Kim Hybrex and Corey Cadby, already qualified. Gabriel Clements and Cameron Menzies. Who will join them? It will either be O'Connor or Cullen, Bates or Nyman, Venick or Woodhouse, Hybrex or Corey Cadby. So basically the winners of these 4 games, Paldrick, are already qualified. Gabriel Clements and Cameron Menzies. 6 qualifiers in total. 2 are there. Who will join them? Phil, do you not combine, but you can't earn it. The cost of doing the WDF tour is astronomical for the returns. Starts around Easter through the end of September usually. Lovely, mate. Lovely. To be fair, mate, I love Cornwall. Dorset, I love Dorset, Cornwall, and then the Whitby area of the country as well. It's beautifuls. Joe Cullen is threatening the O'Connor throw here. He's down to a finish first. Wessel Nyman, Owen Bates, 1-1. Corey Cadby, Kim Hybrex now underway. So we are in full flow. All games now underway. Oh, absolutely. Nyman leads Bates 2-1. It's even worse now, where it's costing hotels and flights, you're in thousands. Joe Cullen has broken the rock star. Is he rocking? Are we going to get a bit of, oh, Sally can wait? We haven't for a while, Andrew, but it would be good. It's a shame. We used to do the Nuki Sevens, and it was so good, that football tournament. So we used to come down for that. Are all the places still there, like Sailors, Bertie's, Walkabout? As you come down, there was a pub on the corner. I think it was the King's Arms or the King's Head, maybe. You go round the bend, then you had another pub there. Nice little pie shop on the corner, which did a mean pasty for 3 o'clock in the morning. Wessel Nyman 3-1 up now on Owen Bates. Kim Hybrex takes the opener against Corey Cadby. Woodhouse in front against Venick. Cullen on the verge of a 3-0 lead against William O'Connor. How sustained it's not. If you're looking to make a living from it, Marcus, it's not sustainable at all. The only way that you do it is you'd have to win Lakeside every year to turn a profit. Cullen has missed. Lifeline for O'Connor. Can't hit. Cullen does not want, no, you say he doesn't. He doesn't want to give William O'Connor a way back into this tie. 3-0 to the Rockstar. Luke Woodhouse has daylight between himself and Vainick. 4-2. No, mate, no news, or they haven't released what the prize money is going to be yet. It's gone down the last year, so my guess is it goes down again. At the end of the day, look, dart players are self-employed. So the promotional companies are saying, we've got a tournament here if you want to play. You don't have to play. O'Connor misses the ball. Kim Hybrecht's 2-0 up against Cordeca now. This would hurt if this 1-3-9 goes. Doesn't, so O'Connor to get himself back into this tie. Sailors closed recently when the roof collapsed on Boardmasters weekend. Bertie's nightclub. Wow. Are they going to fix Sailors, Andrew? With so many good nights in both of them. If I had the choice, Sailors is better than Bertie's, but surely are they fixing Sailors? Bates has had too late. Yeah, agreed, Joe. Agreed. $4-0. O'Connor has fluffed his lines. Probably somewhere. Nyman 1 away from victory, 5-1 up on Owen Bates. Luke Woodhouse also 1 away from going to Amsterdam. We used to, literally, our football, we used to do fancy dress party every year as part of our footy team. So many costumes over the years. Got a Sonic the Hedgehog one somewhere. Well, again, I'm not sure where it is, but a blow up Marshmallow Man from Ghostbusters that had the fan in. Me and Thorny did Maverick and Goose from Top Gun. Cullen for 5-0. This is good from Cullen. Logan Paul to beat Cena. Don't see it, but you never know. The promo was good. Grundy did play in this, but lost early. Afternoon, Jaden. Hope you are well. Yeah, look, Kim 2-1 up on Cordeca. Look, this is a more than winnable game here for him. Yeah, Sailors will be fine. So the place up to... Nice. And Wessel Nyman is going to Amsterdam, a 6-1 winner. He joins Cameron Menzies and Gabriel Clements. Yeah, lots of good memories about Newquay. Great place. I feel fun question. Look at the tour card race and pick one player outside the 64. Florian Hempel is the look. If Florian Hempel can get to the Worlds, he keeps his card. Other than that, draw depending. Dylan Slethen or Matty Dennant. That was a little bit good, Joe Cullen. 6-zip, the rock star is going to Amsterdam. Let's catch the end of Woodhouse and then we'll go to Hybrex. Yeah, very, very good from Joe Cullen. Hopefully, this is the start of something for the rock star. We all know he has the level and the gears there. So, 4 places decided, 2 left. Woodhouse is about to seal it, you think. Tops for a dominant 6-3 victory. Chance. Look, this would take some. Has Venick got a 160 in the locker? Has he? No, is the answer. So Woodhouse returns. And it goes. Luke Woodhouse is going to Amsterdam. There is 1 place left. Kim Hybrex was in control, but Cordecker has turned it around. The Sheriff. Look, be honest, no one had Cordecker on their bingo card to qualify, did they? Come on, be honest. Reverse that question. Who inside the top 4 biggest danger of losing their card? The obvious 2 are Matt Campbell and Mario van den Bohada. Matt, not on ability. Look, Matt is an incredible player. But I just don't know why things aren't clicking the way they should. Big leg there for Kim Hybrex. He levels it up. So 1 spot left. I tell you what, this has been good from Decker. Didn't see this coming. Does that just open the door? 140 or better for Hybrex gives him a chance, but he has really not capitalised on that 180 to start the leg. Buddy Boy makes a decent point on Facebook. World Series is essentially an invite competition. Yeah, I don't disagree, Rob. Cordecker is 2 legs away from the World Series final. This would be a surprise. No one saw this coming. Cordecker is asking all kinds of questions here of Kim Hybrex. His throw is under the cosh. Massively under pressure. Do I think I'm not sure is the honest answer. I think a lot will depend on the opportunities back home, Australia and New Zealand that is. That if he feels there's enough there, then maybe not. Core blimey. Love that. And I'll tell you what, he is 1 away. He has broken the Hybrex throw. Does he? So, yes, he's based himself. I'm not sure if he based himself in Germany or the UK, but certainly, but then he goes home for periods. So he bases himself over here for blocks at a time. Kim Hybrex will have to win 3 on the spin. MVG already qualified. Yep, Euro Tour as usual this weekend. We will be back live 12 PM on Friday. Of course, why wouldn't we be? Decker now looking just to set this up. And he's down to a finish. Yep, they're heading to Amsterdam. We'll give you the full list once this one is done. Double 18 for Corey Cadby. Yes, I am going to Amsterdam for the World Series. The old Eurostar is booked. But here we go, Corey Cadby, double 18. And the Sheriff has done it. Blimey. Corey Cadby completes the lineup. So, your qualifiers are as follows. Gabriel Clemens, Cameron Menzies, Wessel Nyman, Luke Woodhouse, Joe Cullen, and Corey Cadby are the qualifiers for the World Series finals. Congratulations to all of them. So there we have it. 3 days on the spin. We have been streaming. And if you haven't yet, that's worth a cheeky little subscribe, isn't it? Just down there. Thank you very, very much for the last 3 days. Massively enjoyed them as always. We've got some interviews to go out. Hopefully going to get one out this evening. We were back Friday streaming both sessions of the European Tour. So thank you very, very much for joining us. I've been Phil Bars. We have been Online Darts, and enjoy your evening, whatever you are doing, and we'll see you all very, very soon.